So we're back with another one, and as I promised, we're back with another sequel. Now, before we get started, let me get this right. Uday Chopra. I'm sorry. I apologize because he's a very essential part of the cast, and I believe that I owe him an apology. I should have gotten his name right. He deserves that because he is a phenomenal actor in his own right. So, that being said, Uday Chopra, my apologies. But there we go. Now, this is my take on Dhoom 2. Alright, I'm going to show you guys what I have written. What is my breakdown of this? Here we go. Now, one page, basic stuff, straight to the point, no BS, as usual. Already, the movie's right off the bat is a way better start than the third part. I could really get behind the fact that it was amazing in its storytelling ability, but where it lacked was it could have been a way better introductory shot for both Abhishek Bachchan, Uday Chopra, as well as Hrithik Roshan. Neither one of them had a decent opening shot, but whatever. Now, the thing is, it was a little far-fetched to show that the police officers were such horrible shots throughout the movie. Even though they claimed to be exceptional shots, not one of them could aim, which was a little disappointing. I mean, they could have gone a different direction in which objects kept coming in the way, considering how mobile he was on rollerblades. He could have moved around all over the place, and they could have used that to deflect the bullets. But the fact that they just showed them shooting down the barrel and missing all the time was a little hard to digest, right? The rest of the movie's concepts throughout, out of the box. The heists, amazingly shot, amazingly put together, worth watching. Even if you're watching just that scene on YouTube, do it. It's worth watching. Now, going over to the introductory shot of Hrithik Roshan in particular, I'd like to say walking on the train when you zoom into his face, that is horrid. Very, very horrid, but what can I say? I'm just a dude reviewing a movie. It could have been much more engaging, considering the rest of the movie shows him as such a real good villain. That moment was a little disappointing. That's just it. They could have added way too much to that to make it look amazing, but there's not much I can say that would have made any difference, considering that it's been out for a long time. It has a sequel that's come out that was worse, so we'll take what we get with this one. Now, the thing is, when it came to the whole escape plan, right? This is where I take major issue. The second heist's escape plan was far-fetched, to say the least. I mean, if Uday Chopra would have caught him right there and then and shot him in the kneecap, just like Abhishek Bachchan asked him to, the movie would have been over. That was it. So the fact that a lot had to go right for him to get to this point, I'm just gonna, I don't know, right? That's just my opinion. I'm just gonna leave that one out there. Now, Bipasha Basu. Her role in the movie is split down because she's got a double role. That makes sense. They wanted to show a real contrast in the personalities. One's a no-nonsense cop, the other one's a chilled out hippie, essentially, in Brazil. So it shows discrepancy, which is nice. It shows the variation in characters that she plays throughout the movie. And the only disappointing thing is that they should have brought her back. Considering that she was such an incredible cop, they could have pulled that first role back and used her again. But especially after he found out that he's been betrayed and double crossed, he could have brought her back. That's just my opinion for the final chase, especially. Now, the confrontation scene when Hrithik Roshan confronts Aishwarya Rai about being a snitch, essentially, that is pure gold, and one of the best confrontation scenes I have ever seen for a long time. I'm super proud of that scene, considering the fact that they shot it and presented it so well It's so engaging and it gets the point across right off the battle. And it's something that's actually pretty darn realistic. I mean, I could picture someone actually doing that in terms of a confrontation, considering their backgrounds, of course. But yeah, it's a very relatable moment. Very nice. Now, towards the end of the movie, the third act, this is where stuff starts to fall apart. The unnecessary catch up. Alright. He's on a GSXR, but he's got a huge lead. And then Abhishek Bachchan and Uday Chopra show up in Suzuki's themselves, but they catch up so quick. They had to get off of a helicopter, right? How can they catch up that quick? It doesn't make any sense for them to catch up that quick. But they did, so I'm gonna leave that there. Now, when they split up and Abhishek Bachchan follows Hrithik Roshan and Uday Chopra goes after Aishwarya Rai, when he pulls over, how in the world does Abhishek Bachchan jump over him without a ramp there? So that's a huge flaw when it comes to physics. Come on, man. You're trying to immerse an audience. When you pull stuff like this, it doesn't age well. It might seem good in the moment because of the time it came out in, but considering how you want these movies to age, it does not age well. So watching this movie back now, I can see so many flaws that you wouldn't see in a movie that came out in 2020. And hopefully Dhoom 4 is flawless. But no movie ever is. And as the bar keeps getting higher and higher, you'll come across flaws that are deeper, can no longer be overlooked. So that's something that's always going to be existent. But if you don't point it out, then that's just you turning your eye and being like ignorant about its existence, which this show's not about. So I'm going to put it out there the way I feel that it needs to be out there, and then you guys can make your own opinions about it. Or if you have something to say, you can drop it down in the comment section down below. Always. There's always that. Now, I've got everything covered except for the fact that there's a huge elephant in the room when it comes to the ending. Now, I believe that this movie's end is one of the best endings there ever was in a movie. Very, very different in terms of what you really expect from movies like this, where criminals end up being put behind bars, and you know they have to turn out at the end. The good wins over evil propaganda at the end of the movie. That's always has to be there, but they usually go the route of justice prevails kind of thing. Alright. Now even in this movie, they went as far as to him giving back all of the things that he had robbed, which makes sense. But considering that he's so smart, that the thing that he handed over wasn't the only things that he has. That's obvious, and I believe that even Abhishek Bachchan knew that. So that's okay. And the fact that he lets them go, that's something that you wouldn't really see in a lot of movies like this. You usually see them being all stern and downright insulting at times, but this time it was straightforward. Much appreciated to see such a refreshing take for a movie that was shot a while ago. And to be honest, I haven't come across an ending as refreshing as this one in a long time since. So that's my 2 cents. Dhoom 2, way better than Dhoom 3, I'd say. But the next movie is Dhoom 1, and I'm looking forward to that one a lot, because that was the movie that made its way into an audience that had never seen anything like it before. The way it's been shot, the way the entire movie as a whole, yo. Make sure you guys tune in for that one. I love that movie, so that I'm going to be a little biased towards that one. But we're going to break it down just as we have these ones. I'm sure there are going to be flaws in there too. And we'll see if we can point out more flaws than this one. So we'll see how much it has aged and if it's aged better or worse than the second and the third. Clearly, by now, I'd like to point out that the second part wins in terms of which is better, the second or the third. And Hrithik Roshan wins in terms of who's a better villain in between him and Aamir Khan. So that's my 2 cents. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.